All right. Well, hey everyone. I feel like I should introduce myself. I'm Pastor Jeff. If you've forgotten, don't worry. I haven't been ignoring you for the past 2 weeks or so. I haven't been sick or anything bad. But we were able, as a family, to head down south and spend a couple weeks with family members, brothers and sisters, and grandparents and great grandparents. Even see a few friends and familiar faces. But it's good to be back. It really and truly is. I just wanted to just let you know where I've been. Also wanted to share with you that we have a blood drive coming up this weekend that the New York Blood Center is holding at the Middletown campus. So if you've been homesick, you've been missing your campus, you can register through the link that I'm going to actually provide with this video through email. I know, or it came through the Middletown Weekly Update, so hopefully you received those. If you don't, let me know. We'll get you on that list as well. But I know there's a critical need for blood right now, so if you are able to and willing to give blood, please go ahead and sign up for a time to swing by the campus and give blood. Again, I know there is just a huge need right now with all that's going on for bloods, and it would be great if we could help meet some of that need. So it's something kind of strange happened yesterday. I'm not sure this has ever happened before, but I feel like the Holy Spirit really got my attention through, get this, something that happened on Facebook, something I saw on Facebook. Here's what happened. Someone tagged me in a video that was circulating of some old games of mine that were circulating. And get this, the title on the video, oh my goodness, was Vintage High School Basketball. I'm pretty sure I should be insulted by that title. But anyways, I tuned in, watched just a little bit, and you know what? Oh my goodness, I just felt ashamed, to be honest with you. And here's why. Because I was a team captain of my team my senior year, and we were playing our out-of-state rival. Our schools were probably 5 minutes apart, different states, Mississippi and Alabama. And again, huge game. It was a championship for a tournament they were hosting, and I was nowhere to be found. I was on the court, but even the announcer remarked throughout the game, you know what, Jeff Harrison needs to begin contributing. His team needs a solid 20 points from him for his team to win. And he kept saying it and saying it and saying it. And I felt like I needed to reach out to my old coach and teammates and just apologize. And here's why it got me. Maybe it's because I had been out of town and kind of feeling renewed a little bit. Maybe. But these words from the Apostle Paul to Timothy, this young guy he'd been discipling, here's what Paul told Timothy in 2 Timothy chapter 4. He said, "But you should keep a clear mind in every situation." I love that. Don't be afraid of suffering for the Lord. Work at telling others the good news. And this is the part I want to zero in on right now. Fully carry out the ministry God has given you. Fully carry out the ministry God has given you. Can I just ask you a question? What is the ministry that God has given you? Yes, it is making him known to the nations, no matter what, to our children, to our siblings, to our parents, to our coworkers, to our neighbors, anyone and everyone. That is kind of the overall. But I feel like that takes on different forms, and God's called each of us to different ways to be about that. And I want to ask you, in the midst of this new paradigm, in the midst of this disruption to the way things were, have you forgotten what that ministry is that God's given you? Because he hasn't forgotten. Maybe you've just been so overwhelmed with so many other things going on that you've forgotten. I want to call you back. I want to urge you back to fight for that, to be aggressive, to go after it. I wrote down, man, I never went for the ball. I was so not aggressive. You know what? If I could go back, I would do that. I would go after the ball. I would be more aggressive. And I want to encourage you, whatever ministry God has given you, listen, now is not the time to waver back. As a parent, as a manager, as a supervisor, as a whatever it is, What is that ministry God has called you to? The Apostle Paul could later say in verse 7, I have fought the good fight. I finished the race, and I have remained faithful. And I want to encourage every single one of you to be able to say that. Circle back to these words in 2 Timothy chapter 4 and just kind of dwell on those words from Paul. You know, he actually goes on and in verse 10, he talks about an old friend named Demas who left him. And Paul said, he deserted me because he loves the things of this life. That verse has always gotten me. He loves the things of this life. Maybe it's not loving other things. Maybe it's just some things. Maybe it's bad things that have distracted you. Whatever it is, my plea, my midweek motivation for you, what is that calling on your life? Whether you're looking for a new normal, whether you're looking for a new job, whether you're looking for a new home, whatever that looks like for you. What is that ministry that God's called you to carry out? I hope you'll chew on that. I would love to even hear from you. Love you, praying for you, and we will hopefully talk again soon.